Good morning students. Welcome to Rishikul Vidyapit online classes. In previous lecture we have studied about modulus and conjugate of a complex number. In this video lecture we will study about some problems regarding conjugate and modulus. Let us see first question. If x minus iota y equal to under root a minus iota b upon c minus iota d, then prove that x square plus y square whole square, this is equal to a square plus b square upon c square plus d square. First three problems are same. You can see in each problem two whole square terms are in addition. See here, a square plus b square. See here. And in such type of questions, methods will remain same. We will apply the method of conjugate. See question number 1. Here, x minus iota y equal to under the root a minus iota b upon c minus iota d. Say this equation number 1. We will apply the method of conjugate. Take conjugate on both sides. When we take conjugate on both sides, we will get x plus iota y equal to under the root a plus iota b upon c plus iota d. So this equation number 2. Multiplying both equations and you will get the answer. Equation 1 into equation 2. See what you will get. X minus iota y into x plus iota y equal to under the root a minus iota b upon c minus iota d into under the root a plus iota b upon c plus iota d. Apply the formula. This is a, this is b. This is a, this is b. A minus b, a plus b, and you know the formula. This is equal to a square minus b square. This will become x square minus iota square y square. Here also, let it be a. This complete iota b is b. A minus b, a plus b. This is your a square minus b square. Here you will get c square minus iota square d square. And we know the value of iota square. Value of iota square is minus 1. Put it here minus 1. Minus minus it will become plus. This is equal to under the root a square plus b square divided by c square plus d square. Now see your answer. In our answer we don't require any square root term. That's why you will take squares on both sides. Squaring both sides. You will get x square plus y square whole square. This is equal to a square plus b square divided by c square plus d square. And this what you have to right. Now move to next problem. Steps are 2. First step, this is step number 1. Take conjugate on both sides. Step number 2, multiply both equations. In the same way, we will do question number 2 also. See here, a plus iota b, that is equal to x plus iota whole square divided by 2x square plus 1. So this is equation number 1. Now apply the steps. Take conjugate on both sides. You will get a minus iota b. This is equal to x minus iota whole square. Conjugate means change the sign of imaginary part. In denominator you can see there is no imaginary part. Therefore you will not change the sign. It will remain as it is. Because conjugate means we have to change the sign of imaginary part only. Now multiply both equations and you will get the answer. Equation 1 into equation 2. This implies a plus iota b into a minus iota b. Here this side you will get x plus iota whole square divided by 2x square plus 1 into x minus iota whole square divided by 2x square plus 1. See, here apply the formula a plus b, a minus b. You will get a square minus iota square b square. Now combine these two terms. You will get x plus iota into x minus iota whole square. Because whole square is there, whole square is also there. Take whole square together. Now in denominator you can see 2x square plus 1. This is also 2x square plus 1. You can write it as 2x square plus 1 whole square. Put value of iota square. Value of iota square is minus 1. Minus minus it will become plus. Here apply the formula a plus b, a minus b. This is your x square minus iota square whole square divided by 2x square plus 1 whole square. Now put up the value of iota square and you will get the required one. Iota square is minus minus, minus 1, minus minus plus. And this what you have to do. Now move to next point. Question number 3. Method is same. Question number 3 is given that a plus iota b into c plus iota d into e plus iota f into g plus iota h, this is equal to a plus iota b. Here you will apply the similar two steps. First step taking conjugate on both sides. Second step multiplying both equations. Now take conjugate on both sides. See what you get. A plus iota b. Conjugate of a plus iota b is a minus iota b. Now take conjugate of c plus iota d. This is your c minus iota d. Conjugate of e plus iota f. This is your e minus iota f. Conjugate of g plus iota h. This is your g minus iota h. Here also conjugate of a plus iota b. A minus. Multiplying both equations, you will get the requirement. Equation 1 into equation 2. This implies a plus iota b into a minus iota b. Here c plus iota d into c minus iota d. Here e plus iota f multiplying with this e minus iota f into here g plus iota h into g minus iota h. This is equal to, see here, a plus iota b into a minus iota b. Now let it be a, this complete is b. A, b. Apply the formula a plus b, a minus b. This is your a square minus b square. You will get a square minus iota square b square. Similarly here apply the formula a plus b, a minus b. You will get c square minus iota square d square. Here also apply the formula a plus b, a minus b. You will get e square minus iota square f square, and in the last also you will get g square minus iota square s square. On the right hand side also apply the same formula a plus b, a minus b. You will get a square minus iota square b square. Now put up the value of iota square, you will get the required one. Value of iota square is minus 1. Minus minus it will become plus. This implies a square plus b square into c square plus d square into e square plus f square into g square plus h square. This is equal to a square plus b square, and this is what you have to do. Now move to next question, that is your question number 4. In question number 4, we have to find out real part of z1 into z2 upon z1 bar. First of all, we will find out the value of z1 into z2 upon z1 bar. See here, question number 4. z1 into z2 upon z1 bar. What is z1? z1 is 2 minus iota. z2, that is your minus 2 plus iota. z1 bar means conjugate of z1, and you can easily take conjugate of z1. This is your change the sign of imaginary part 2 plus iota. Now simplify this one. 2 into minus 2, minus 4 plus 2 iota minus iota minus 2. This is your plus 2 iota minus iota plus iota. This is your minus iota square divided by. You will get minus 4, 2 iota plus 2 iota, 4 iota. Iota square is minus 1, minus minus it will become plus 1. You will get minus 3 plus 4 iota upon 2 plus iota. Now you can see here there is iota term in the denominator, and I told you there should be no iota term in the denominator. If you are having any term, then you will remove it. How you will remove it? By rationalization. I am doing rationalization. You will get minus 3 into 2, minus 6 plus 3 iota, 4 iota into 2 plus 8 iota, 4 iota minus this, you will get minus 4 iota square divided by. Here apply the formula a plus b, a minus b, a square minus b square. Right? This is your minus 6 plus 3 iota plus 8 iota. Iota square is minus 1, minus minus plus. This is your 4 minus iota square. Iota square is minus 1 minus minus plus. This is your minus 6 plus 4 minus 2 plus 11 iota divided by 5. Now separate minus 2 by 5 plus 11 by 5 iota. But I have to write down only real part. Therefore, real part of Z1 into Z2 upon Z1 bar. Real part means without iota. The term which is without iota, that is called your real part, and real part is minus 2 by 5. This is your answer. Right? Now we are going towards the next part, fourth question, second part. See how will it solve. In fourth question, second part, what you have to find out? Imaginary part. Here you have find out real part, but in fourth question, second part, you have to find out imaginary part of 1 by Z1 into Z1 bar. Therefore, first of all, you will find out the value of 1 upon Z1 into Z1 bar. See the value. 1 upon. What is Z1? 2 minus iota. Z1 bar, it will become 2 plus iota. Simplify. A minus B, A plus B. A square minus B square. This is your 1 by 4 plus 1 by 5. Write it in the form of A plus iota B. It is your 1 by 5 plus iota into 0. And you can easily see what is the imaginary part. Here, imaginary part of 1 by Z1 into Z1 bar, this is equal to 0. This is your fourth question, second part. Now we are moving towards question number 5. These three questions are of modulus. See how will you find out the modulus. Question number 5. We have to find out modulus of Z1 plus Z2 plus 1 divided by Z1 minus Z2 plus 1. First of all, we will simplify this. Z1 plus Z2 plus 1, Z1 minus Z2 plus 1. We will simplify this. We will write it in the form of A plus iota B. Then we will find out the modulus. See, what is the value of Z1? 2 minus iota. What is the value of Z2? 1 plus iota plus 1 divided by. In denominator also Z1 is 2 minus iota minus Z2 is 1 plus iota plus 1. See here what you will get. 2 plus 1 3, 3 plus 1 4. This cancel out. Divide by. This is your 2 minus iota minus 1 minus iota plus 1. You will get 4 upon 2. This is cancel out. This is your 2 minus 2 iota. Now again same problem. You are having iota term in the denominator. Remove it by rationalization. Now we will rationalize it. 2 plus 2 iota upon 2 plus 2 iota. See what you get. 4 into 2, 8. 8 plus 8 iota. In denominator, apply the formula A minus B, A plus B. A square minus B square. This is your 8 plus 8 iota divided by 4 minus 4 iota square. Put up the value of iota square. Iota square is minus 1, minus minus plus. 8 plus 8 iota upon 8. Separate. You will get 8 by 8 plus 8 iota upon 8. You will get 1 plus iota. Means if we want to find out modulus, then first of all we have to write down the complex number in the form of A plus iota B. Now we can easily find out the modulus. Therefore, modulus of z1 plus z2 plus 1 divided by z1 minus z2 plus 1, this is equal to, apply the formula. Formula is real part whole square plus imaginary part whole square. Apply. What is the real part here? 1 square. What is the imaginary part? Again 1. Answer is here. In this way, you can solve the questions. Right? Now, next one. Question number 6. Similar problem. Let z equal to one plus iota upon 1 minus iota minus 1 minus iota upon 1 plus iota. First of all, simplify this one. We will simplify. Now, this is your 1 minus iota into 1 plus iota. Take LCM. It will become 1 plus iota whole square minus of 1 minus iota whole square. Open whole square. This is your a square plus b square plus 2ab. Here also apply the formula. A minus b whole square. A square plus b square minus 2ab. Divided by. In denominator, apply the formula. A minus b, a plus b. This is your a square minus b square. See what you will get. 1 square is 1. Iota square is minus 1. This is your plus 2 iota. This one is cancelled out. Here also. 1 square is 1. Iota square is minus 1. This one is cancelled out. Divided by. 1 square is 1. Iota square is minus 1 minus minus plus. In denominator 2 iota. This is your minus minus plus. It will become 4 iota upon 2 iota. Now you can easily find out its modulus. Mod of z equal to under the root real part. Real part is 2. Imaginary part is 2. Right? Now see the last problem. Question number 7. Find number of non-zero integral solution. First of all, see the meaning of this one. Solution means to find out the value of variable. Here variable is x. It means first of all we will find out the value of x. This we have to find. Now in value of x should be an integer. What is x? X should be an integer. And next condition, that should be non-zero. Integer but not equal to 0. Now see, equation is, what is your equation? Mod of 1 minus iota whole power x equal to 2 raised to power x. Modulus we can easily find out. Modulus means under the root real part whole square. Real part is 1 plus imaginary part whole square. Imaginary part is minus 1 whole power x. 1 square is 1. Minus 1 whole square is also 1. 1 plus 1, 2. This is your root 2 whole power x. And root means you know very well. Half power. This x as it is. Now equating both sides. Base is same. Powers will also be same. This implies half x equal to x. And remember one thing. Here we have to find out the solution. Solution means we have to find out the value of x. Cross multiply. See what you will get. X equal to 2x. Shift this x on another side. This implies 2x minus x equal to 0. This implies x equal to 0. Means our solution is x equal to 0. But he is saying for non-zero integral solution. Therefore you will write down. Therefore there is no non-zero integral solution. Right? Because he is asking for non-zero integral solution, we are having solution but equal to 0. Right? Thank you.